Hey everyone, welcome back. Ay 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 ay. I I was almost a no-show today. I basically am a no-show today. I'm here, but we're not continuing that playthrough. I accidentally got us into the end game scenario, triggered it way before the last stream. It's Thursday, and best as I can tell, I triggered it about 30 game hours ago after the stream on Friday last week. I got us locked into an end game scenario. So I've researched it. I know what's going on and where it's going and what the options are. Basically, we can continue to the end game scenario. It's now got a countdown timer. Boy, do I fucking hate that. And at the end of this countdown, we can choose to do something with it or not. So I get it. We can just keep playing if we want. But I'm a stubborn bastard, okay? And I don't like where we're at. I don't want to roll back 30 hours to undo the lock-in on the end game scenario, nor do I want to play through it and be forced to make a choice that I'm not anywhere near ready to make. I know what the choice is. If you don't want any spoilers for this game, and there are actually spoilers, go ahead and plug your ears, mute the stream for a minute or so, because I'm going to say a few things right now. I'm just going to lay it out real quick before we start a new game and throw away 125 hours of playtime. So here it is. You start in a galaxy, and you find out that it's a simulation. And at the very end, you're given the choice of staying in that galaxy or going to a different galaxy and beginning again, but keeping your resources and ships. Much as I'd like to do that, eventually I am no fucking anywhere near ready to move us to a different galaxy. We're still doing tutorial quests in Euclid, and I'm not ready to go to Eisman. I want to go to Eisman, and we're going to lose the choice. The choice will be gone. We get to endgame, we decide to stay or go, and if we decide to stay, the choice is gone. End of story. Yeah, we can still get to Eisman if we go to the center of the galaxy and transfer sequentially from galaxy 1 to 2, and then get to the center of the galaxy and go to 3, and then get to the center of the galaxy and go to 4, and then get to the center of the galaxy and go to 5, and then get to the center of the galaxy and go to 6, and fuck, I looked it up, I don't know. There's this nice, you're given the choice of different types of galaxies. There are more hectic galaxies, there are more tranquil galaxies, and the more tranquil galaxies has benefits like exotic planets and systems with yellow suns and really cool stuff. I'd like to go there. I'm just not ready. I wasn't going to be ready for days, weeks, I don't know, months. I wasn't ready. And I got us locked into the endgame scenario as of probably last Friday night. Almost a week now. And I didn't really figure that out until the past 48 hours. So it's irrational. Okay? You could tell me this is really silly and we should just keep playing and stay or go, whatever, just go, and relax, Jay, it's just a fucking game. Unfortunately, I'm just a fucking head case these days, and I'm not loading the save 30 hours ago, and I don't want to be forced into a choice. I don't want that countdown timer on our next, we have 14 more warp jumps and then the decision. I don't want that cloud hanging over our gameplay. I was really enjoying having open-ended gameplay. No countdowns, no you gotta do this, no you gotta choose to stay in this galaxy or ditch. Screw that noise! We're starting over. I don't really want to torture us though. I said I wanted to have a nice open-ended game experience. Didn't mean take it down to creator. We're just gonna stay on normal. We are starting this over. Clown shoes. Hi. I had our inventory up to 48 units. I had our cargo inventory up to 45 units. Max tech inventory, all gone. 3 exotics. 2 other S-class ships, all gone. All those mods, scanner mods, movement mods, jetpacking all over the place, gone.
User initialization sequence complete.
Indania system, first contact. Sentinels relaxed. Hey, there's a start. Radioactive. No visor, that's right, we don't start with the visor. What do we start with?
Radiation protection falling.
Okay. Scanner critically damaged. Need ferrite dust. And I'm getting away from that sentinel so I can get some. This is how I died in the first 60 seconds of the game. I'm gonna guess, yeah, ferrite dust. When we started before, I didn't know what I was doing, so I just started gathering resources, and the sentinel picked on me, and then I picked on the sentinel, and the sentinel was, I think I killed it, but yeah, and then there was more, and then I was dead, and then hi game, hello world. Okay, I know we're in some trouble with the rads, but what are we trying to do here? We need to fix the scanner. Scanner critically damaged. Where is our scanner? Oh, it's in the multi-tool. Yeah. And it's gonna be a problem really soon. I gotta get to some sodium ASAP, or we're gonna die soon. So scan sodium. If you see orange, we're going for orange. Even the game's saying, go to orange, or you're gonna die. This is gonna happening really soon too. We don't have any oxygen to fill. We can. Some of these probably have oxygen in addition to carbon. Could be fun restarting. Could also get in some serious shit. Please get away from me. I'm gonna die in a few seconds. Get away from me. My health is about to start dropping. We need this sodium. Sentinel doesn't want to see me pick anything, but fuck him.
Message coming
Sodium! Ah, now we got a few seconds. It begins. Hey Gidzor, thank you for the host. Welcome.
Starship signal detected.
Yeah, our health was gonna tank fast, but we're okay now. We're okay now. Hello, world. Hello, Gidzor. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing good. As usual. What's the good word? What's the good word? I restarted the game, so we're starting from scratch. You literally came in as we're just waking up, reinitializing on a new starting planet. What did it say? Oh, we don't have the visor. What did it say about this world? There was, it said sentinels were, relaxed. Flora abundant, fauna numerous, weather radioactive, humidity. That's not a bad starting planet. And the radioactivity is not that bad either. Glad to hear it.
Radiation protection falling.
Sure. I think restarting the game was the only way I was going to be able to keep playing the game. That's how I was stuck. We weren't going anywhere.
We have here
Monster Hunter Malik.
arrival.
I just had to check for the text wrap there. Welcome aboard. Thank you for the follow. And greetings. Very first thing we're gonna spend once we have a visor and once we have the ability to play more of the game, one of the first things we're gonna spend our nanites on, scanner upgrades, so we can start making money, actual money off of everything. Everything. We're back to the wimpy jetpack. Oh god, the thing goes in like 1 second. Gotta let it go. I don't know, it's I will analyze you with my mining beam since I don't have a visor yet. Or it doesn't work yet. Something, one or the other. Yeah, no advanced mining laser. No schematics. We don't have blueprints for anything anymore. Oh my god. I was getting to be able to make quantum processors, and now we're... Good. It's good. Condensed carbon. Yeah, get away from the condensed carbon. I want it. No, get away. Get away. I want this stuff. Get away. I don't want to pick a fight with him yet. He's supposed to be relaxed. He's not that relaxed. You're not that chill, okay? No. Fuck off. So here's what I'm gonna give this a go. Let's go far enough away that it may see what we're shooting, but if we're lucky, it won't know where it's coming from, and it won't actually come this way.
I am assuming direct control.
Just emote at him, give him a thumbs up, it'll be fine. Greetings, Woo. So, this is our starting world. We have restarted. What's 125 hours in the can?
Radiation protection falling.
Yeah, technically we could still get back there. All I have to do is load the other save, find a portal, get the glyph code, and then we can warp to that planet. I didn't delete the other save, although I was tempted so that to help me make the decision, because I've lost it, and in my madness that was just gonna be easier. But I managed to start a new one and not go there, so yeah, we could still do that. Iteration, holy shit, online. Atlas connection, intermittent. Oh, by the way, we're not doing the Artemis quest line this time, because that's why we're doing this at all and restarting. Because I went too far in the Artemis quest line. So we're just not gonna do it. I mean, we can do it eventually, but we're not gonna do it anytime soon. Launch thrusters offline. Chicken or Sonic's favorite food for lunch? What's Sonic's favorite food? Do you mean like Sonic's Drive-In? That we got a Sonic's here. I like their BLTs. And all of a sudden I could really go for a cherry limeade, but I got water. Pulse engine offline. Chili doggos! Chili doggos. I guess that is kind of their thing, isn't? I've never had one of their chili dogs. Exosuit has directed me to a crashed starship. The controls react to my touch, and I can only assume it belongs to me, but I have no memory of it. No sense of before. Log unavailable, substituting data. Exosuit connected. Suggestion, pilot should perform maintenance. Alright, let's repair this thing. Self-guided, repair protocols initiated. Pulse engine critically damaged. You must make a hermetic seal and metal plating. Am I capable of making a hermetic seal? I don't even see the. Where's the blah blah blah? What do you want to do about the hermetic seal? Waiting for sometimes the mission-related triggers and pop-ups, which are critical. Like, you can't jump the gun on things. You gotta wait until the mission lets you do something, whether it's interact with the computer. You have to select the mission that lets you interact with the computer, or you can't interact with it. Not only that, but you select the mission, and then you have to wait for it to pop up. You can't just immediately go interact with the computer. So I was waiting for patch metal plating onto the pulse engine. Alright, yes, I have your metal plating right here.
Repaired.
Talk to me, game. Let's talk hermetic seals. Partially complete. Board the starship and consult ship diagnostics. If you say so. Functional. Starship critically damaged. Vital ingredients missing. Unable to synthesize required components. Pulse engine requires hermetic seal. Yeah, I'm gonna need a blueprint for that. Iteration comparison reveals hermetic seal nearby. Salvage nav data from distress beacon cache. That'll do. We love U.S. homemade chili and wieners and buns. Hawaiian hot dog buns. Are those sound good? Are they kind of like potato buns or not? I like potato rolls. Distress beacon. Iteration, transfer, deleted, probable boundary separation failure, vessel 16. That's... Emptied, sentinel intervention, deliberate transfer, unknown. Diagnostic, no connection. Analysis, awaiting fresh iteration. Anomaly, containment prepared. Broadcast. Hey. I'm just backing up here. This, you know, I can almost place the moment. I can almost place the moment. Is that when I was trying to? This may fall on. This may be meaningless, but I think it's when I was trying to steal the armor off of a guy's back. Is there any chance you remember that? Like, we were walking behind him and he had some, it was like the atomic, he had some cool armor. Maybe it was a shirt. He had some cool shirt. It was like a gang shirt or something I wanted. And I was trying to steal it right off his back. And then somehow I think it was related to that. I ended up in a, I could be misplacing it. How be Jay? Next question. How be you? I don't want to talk about me. Position log, system integrity scan initialized. Anomaly is compliant. Red light fills my vision. All I see is crimson. Then it fades. The color drains, and the worlds that had seemed so clear seem to slip away. Appear inside the beacon's housing. As well as its distress broadcast unit, it contains a nav data module. Okay. Nav data recovered. Build a signal booster to use the nav data. Alright. Get the plan.
Radiation protection.
Get away from that sentinel. And all the mining beam upgrades. Everything's gone. Everything's gone. Gone, 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 gone. I'd rather it be gone than have 14 warp jumps left. Still a decision I don't want to make. So.
Product constructed.
Carbon nanotubes.
Product constructed.
Now are we short? No, we're still good. Sodium and everything. Yay.
Technology recharge.
Outpost signal detection online. Nav subroutines online. Exosuit upgrade unit detection online. Tutorial, we're only... Now, this is interesting for me to replay, to see now and replay the beginning of the game. It all makes so much more sense. Because none of it made sense the first time. Just flying blind, and now I can see how all the pieces are there, but they've grayed out a lot of stuff, and it makes sense why, and... Okay. So we cannot take the ship yet. We still don't have an analysis visor. We'll switch sides here. Nav data decoded, reach the marked coordinates. We'll go. We'll go. We'll go. No! Radioactive supercell. Shit, we're gonna... I don't have a terrain manipulator. Let's go into the cave. We can go back in the ship, or we can
Protection.
stay in the cave. We gotta wait out the storm. I do not have the... I guess we could just gather sodium and just eat sodium as we make it through a radioactive supercell. We can check it. I don't know if the storm has even hit yet. It's hard to see from inside caves, but we'll know when we get up here. It says storm. So look at this. It's 2. The rads are going up 9, 5, counting up and up. Obviously, we don't want to.
Radiation protection.
It's up to. Yeah, it's pretty heavy now. We'll be all right. I'm not gonna stay up here for long. Stay near the entrance to the cave. Also, can't see. There's just enough radioactive dust that I can't see a damn thing. Alright, so most... This is carbon, it says, but most caves have some cobalt in them. Caves are the #1 spot for cobalt. But we should keep an eye out for, and they're usually a little more geometric. Not, well, that's not fair to say, but they're very angular. Maybe that's not fair to say either. What am I trying to say? They're like little obelisks. They almost look man-made. Most of the... Here, am I even carrying oxygen? Yes. Looks very radioactive down here, too. Trying to find cobalt. What have I been saying? Have I been saying cobalt or carbon? I don't even know. But cobalt. I'm looking for cobalt. There's usually cobalt in the caves, and I'm not seeing any.
Weather update. Storm clearing.
I don't have a terrain manipulator yet, so if this cave doesn't have another exit, we're backtracking. I don't think we're getting out down there. I mean, it does look like it's getting closer to our destination, but I think we're gonna have to get out of this cave and go above ground. Of course, I didn't go all the way to check, but storm clearing, that's what I needed to hear. Marrow bulb. We don't need marrow bulb. For like a long, long, long time. I think Sky looks beat from the cave. Alright, so even our wimpy little jetpack, there's the cobalt, see? No, ferrite dust. The cobalt looks often a lot like that when it's in or around caves. Don't mind me. Jetpack. You can find a deuterium plant. You can get a little bit of jetpack time, even if your jetpack is wimpy. Like mine, because we restarted.
Radiation protection falling. Technology recharge.
Need to keep thinking about the basics for now. Make sure we're picking up enough sodium and oxygen. Ugh, tech modules. Can't do it. I don't have a... Wonder, can we even... Analysis visor. Can we just make it? Carbon nanotubes? The game hasn't said anything about it. Can I make one, though? Can I make one on my own? Please? Carbon nanotubes.
Constructed.
Game will let me. I'm not waiting. Yay!
Installed.
What was the other thing we can make? A bolt caster, chromatic... Alright. Yay! I hope the game doesn't freak out that I made that before it told me to.
Units received.
But just to compare, I had forgotten the base value. When we scan plants, 500 units. When we get 3 S-Class scanner mods, 60,000 units. That's how big a difference. 500, 60,000. We'll be making money before long off of scanning things, but we're gonna need nanite clusters, and we didn't get. Let's see. I guess we'll have to, upload our discoveries. But it's time to start scanning things on this this first world. May as well.
Units received.
Now the minerals, we were gonna get 200, and even with the upgrades later, we will still only get 200. It's the plants and the animals that we'll get so much more for. I could save these, not scan them now, wait till we get upgrades and come back. But what I'm hoping for is, and we need to buy those upgrades with nanites. And while I'm jumping the gun here, there's really nothing for us to come and look at. We haven't discovered any of the local species, but let's say we uploaded these 3 plants. We get 9 nanite clusters. We're gonna need about 430 for each of the upgrades that I want. So we're gonna need more than 1,200 nanites. We've got 9. This is good. All in good time. I feel better about this now that we're restarting and on our way than I have for the past 48 hours. I've just been at a loss what to do with that situation I got us in. Mining beam has really quite excellent range. Go bother someone else, Sentinel. We are most fortunate to have started on a planet with mild sentinels and mild weather. The radioactivity is not so bad, even with the occasional supercell. Yeah, 1,600 units for scanning an animal. We were gonna get 170 to 370,000 with our scanner mods. Can't do the really big stuff without an advanced mining laser. I had blueprints for Atlas Pass V1 and 3. Never opened a single thing with them. Oh well.
Units received.
Rip Advia.
Units received.
Cobalt deposits. As opposed to the cobalts in caves, cobalt deposits looks like any other deposit, just a different color. Rational, wary. Where'd you go? Plant. Ah! Scan everything. Scan everything. Hold on. Come on. Foraged nuts. It's a strong burrower. Strong burrower.
Units received.
And everything, just pretend you're playing Metroid Prime. What's the latest on 4? Is that, are we to expect that this coming year? I wouldn't mind playing a Prime game again. I got hung up initially on... I played them on the original Wii, and just the resolution, it was starting to feel a little cramped. It's just that game needs more field of view, and the system just couldn't handle it. They had to...
Radiation protection.
It was so cramped, and it wanted to breathe. It wanted to breathe. So I really hope... I'm looking forward to another one. With approximately 1080 support, gonna be 2019. They better not fall short of 1080 for Metroid.
Units received.
That just creature, there's a head down, ass up joke in there somewhere. It'll be 7. Well, that's okay. 720 in handheld, that's okay. But it has to be. Yeah, that's. Yeah. All the good. All the good. Which is not going to age on a normal console curve. You are correct. There's no way. It just can't.
Radiation protection. Stabilizing.
Terminal online. Oh yeah, I was at 250 words for Viking and about that for Korvax, less for Gek, but we're back to square one. We're not going to understand anything anybody says anywhere. Accessing archive. 6 of 7 logs corrupted. Entry 4924A follows. No one making this recording in case leaving behind in the fabricator might be of some use. Visor damaged. Can't find ship. The log finishes and the machine whirs to life, spitting out supplies. I have the hermetic seal I need to repair my ship. Whoever it was that led me here, whoever left this message, perhaps they found themselves in the same situation as I do now. Musical cues. There's test analysis visor. Oh, you want us to scan something. Afraid it was gonna insist on our making it when we already have. Switching sides.
Protection. Falling. Units.
Analysis visor tested. It works. May have checked this one on the way here, but yeah, we don't have Pugnium. We could get Pugnium by killing that sentinel back there. Ah, but Actually, wouldn't. I'm tempted because that would be dumb. But it is tempting because nanites. We need nanites ASAP for scanner mods. Da 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 da. I don't have any particular milestones I really want us to reach today. It's just a question of getting there as soon as possible, whether that's today or not. Priorities could change, but right now, we get fully functional and try to get scanner mods. And when quest lines do open up, of course I want to do the base quest line for all those blueprints. And we're going to have to talk at some point about the Atlas quest line and how disentangled that can be. I mean, I just don't want to get anywhere near the end of the Artemis quest line, so I figure we won't even start the Artemis quest line. But we can still do the Atlas quest line, right? And eventually we can do the Artemis quest line. Next year or something, I don't know. Oh, my jetpack doesn't have any juice in it. I'm not getting across that gap. Those are the other mods that I want to get ASAP. So scanner mods, movement mods. Before most other things. Ship, phase beam, and then a phase beam upgrade, but we'll be running away from fights for a while. I won't be doing any dog fighting right away. Don't expect to. Also, when we are able to dig up the buried tech modules, I might hold off on putting them into a blueprint analyzer for a little while because they're really easy to accumulate. We could go around on a planet or two and get a couple stacks of 15, sell them for a few million units, and then be able to afford a better ship. That wouldn't even take very long. So normally, or last time, as I was advised, prioritize getting your blueprints. Well, I never use 90% of the blueprints. I use we want to get the round prefab building. That's the most important blueprint for being able to do, it's the only one you need to do the base quest, or to get it started. So maybe we'll dump some things into a blueprint analyzer. But I'm gonna sell some too right away, because they're worth so damn much. Repair the pulse engine. Oh. A little bit of fuel in the pulse engine. When we get up into... Oh, we don't have anything in the launch thrusters, and it needs pure ferrite. Oh, well, we can do the dihydrogen jelly over here. Loot that? Was that from the bunker? Okay. Construct a portable refiner to process pure ferrite. Metal plating.
Product constructed.
It needs fuel.
Technology recharge.
Oh, you can't subscribe? It looks like you're still subscribed. Is it because it hasn't... You need to wait? I don't know how much of this pure ferrite we needed. Back here. 50, right? Okay.
Component prepared.
Sweet. Wants 18 cents more than on pay save. Oh, so close. Well, it's okay, man. First of all, you don't have to, and it'll still be there. It'll still be there later. Thank you for thinking of it. So, we have a ship now. Radiant Pillar. C1. All systems functional. Seek answers among the stars. Yeah, launch thrusters. If we don't get, well, we're going third person here. Oh, something looks different. What's wrong? Woo. Finished Octopath. 2 other stories. Cheers. Edania System. Euclid Galaxy. Want to make sure we've got some tritium for the pulse engine. Incoming communicator. Awakenings. We may get... we may hear from Artemis, you know, and I know what I said about the Artemis quest, and we are not going to go through the Artemis quest, but the roots may get put down inevitably as we get into the beginning of the game again. Incoming transmission. Please identify yourself. You are not alone. Follow the... Broadcast ends as strangely as it began. The final piece of the signal appears to be a set of planetary coordinates. Input data.
Alert. Navigational data received.
Crashed ship responded to my commands, confirming my suspicion that it belonged to me. I've repaired the damage and taken it up into space, but the cause of my crash is still a mystery. Follow the mysterious signal to learn more. And there is already a space station if we wanted to drop in there, but with 9 nanite clusters, I'm not going to be able to do anything on the space station. First thing I want from a space station is mods, although we could get directions and learn a few words. You can still recommend that game? I had little doubt. I didn't think you were getting bored of it, or certainly didn't like it. You have praised it much. Getting anything besides silver here? We haven't gotten that much tritium. Zomatic.
Message for you, Commander. Just came in over a secure channel.
Thank you for the sub, man. Thank you for your sub support. Cheers. Thank you, Shags. Hope you're doing well out there. If you're still having a good time, that's a plus. Tritium.
Technology recharging.
Good for now. Now, we haven't picked any up just now, but am I nuts, or can you occasionally find uranium in meteorites? Unknown planet. Talander 6. Humid planet. Depending on how humid, that could be nice. It could mean it's always raining. It could mean it has rainstorms. It could mean scalding weather. But humid, it could be nice. The spread of resources you often see on verdant worlds War Master? You're trying to get the War Master job? Is that difficult to achieve? Here's Shags. Hey, man. Beat a level 60 super boss. Good luck, man. Oh, it hurts scanning things without having our scanner mods. We're getting a little, but we're still gonna. I'm not gonna wait to scan things until we're getting bonus credits. This stings a little. We're not gonna get 170,000 for this. We're gonna get a few hundred. Come on, if we can even scan it. And you stubborn thing. 3,000 instead of 300,000. Temperature 22°C at night. Weather light showers. Resources occasional. And fauna rich, flora high. Sentinels minimal. This is a light showers? This is only the second planet we've been to, and it may have some real potential. Light showers. I've only seen weather light showers in one other place, and I never actually saw light showers on that other planet, despite the description. It never rained there, but I saw. Ah. Coffee. You're good today. What's happening? Sparking wires of the machine generate a signal, tapping out its broadcast into the void. Whoever left the message is long gone. No fuel in. Failed to reach station. Hazard protection low. No choice but to underground. Deployed base computer. As well as the log entry, the signal contains plans for a base computer and a terrain manipulator. Perfect. And this planet is a great starting planet for a base. I mean, light showers? I'm getting ahead of things. It could have nasty weather. It says light showers. We'll have to see. Any luck, the base computer will hold more information about whoever is leaving these messages. Yes! Terrain manipulator, we need some dihydrogen, 50 for some jelly, and 2 carbon nanotubes, which we can probably make right now.
Product constructed.
But the jelly, we're gonna need 40 dihydrogen. I can't wait to see what this planet looks like in daytime. One thing about landing at night is you don't get a good sense of the color palette. Even if we... the torch. So it's not bluegrass, we got red grass here. The bluegrass planets are gorgeous, but the red can be too. I can't wait to see this in daytime. Ungibia. Where are we going? What are we doing? Mine copper, build the base computer. Yeah, we're literally, it's like pick a spot, make your first base. And you've got a terrain manipulator, which we can't make yet until, that's right, dihydrogen. That's what we were doing. I'm kind of excited by this planet. Its potential. I want to get ahead of things, though. Scanner, you stay over there, okay? I need this stuff. No, you. Don't you be picking a fight. It's a minimal Sentinels planet, too. I mean, the good weather and Sentinels are potentially less of an issue. I say that as one is bugging me, of course, but... Yeah. Get a good look. We need more. Find another patch. He's... Get this monkey off my back.
Product constructed. Technology installed.
Rain Man. Look at this gun. Is that what the starting gun always looks like? Is that what ours is it randomized? I don't remember that being the appearance of the starting gun that we had before. Multi-tool, excuse me, multi-tool. Gotta find some carbon. Copper. Copper deposit. That's pretty far away. Let's find some closer copper.
Units received.
And what's down there? Ancient data structures. Nice. This planet has ancient data structures on it. I like this planet. And it's dawning. We can start to see the color palette. I like this planet already. I'll have to see what the rest of the wildlife looks like. Although I think I hear some. It's just the Sentinel. The squids in the air are kind of... Oh shit, I don't want to... Ah, I'm sorry, you can leave now. I'll just... Don't... Go away. Look at all this nav data, which is only somewhat useful to us, but if we're really lucky, we'll get some drop pod data. This planet makes you hungry. I was just saying the squids in the air are not the most interesting creatures that fly, but they're common. There's a lot of planets seem to have squid-like. They look like food. Sure, yeah. Flying food. Don't mess with the flying food. We got 15 nav data from one little spot. I would hope that this planet, expect the number ones on this planet will be like that. There'll be a lot of those on this planet, or at least some, and that they might drop drop pod data sometimes. Hey, there's something that's not a squid. We got birds, actual birds. Hey, birdies. Gonna chill. Can ya? Twitchy, very twitchy. Stay with me.
Units received.
Nightmare. That's pretty close to Nightmare. That's a good given name. Supposed to go for copper, not cobalt, but there's a cobalt deposit. This planet has cobalt on it, which is nice. Although with the lots of planets that don't have cobalt deposits, they still have the cubes. The cubes. What am I saying? You know, the things. What are they called? The ones that drop with tetracobalt. You get tetracobalt along with the... Only spent last 3 weeks of my life in this game. Why can't I remember that? Oh, you can adjust the size of this, right? That was a tip I was given recently, and it does help. I've made a mess of this deposit, but... I'm not gonna... If you have problems with me leaving bits of this, you're gonna freak out, because I am leaving bits of this. I really don't want to spend... here, we'll get it to 200. Show me 200. And then show me some copper. That's what we're supposed to be getting. And this planet has cobalt. We can't even build anything with cobalt right now. We need copper. I just was excited to see some cobalt. Yes, we... paraffinium. Copper, 700. Alright. 700. Copper. We can also get a preview of how many species we're looking for. 10. There are 10 species on this world. Wish you could rotate the creature in this view. The birds just look like a line. There's the flying squids. Ever moving, eats tall grasses, has a rubber skull. Rubber skull. I don't. But 10 species. Discover. 8 more. And if I don't... You know, if I don't scan everything as I go, if I'm being a little lazy on scanning, it is partly because I want those scanner mods so we can make some bank off of all of this scanning. Like, I know I haven't scanned that tree right there, but that type of tree. Alright, fine, we'll scan it. But, it's weird how short-term memory works sometimes. For any given planet, I can sometimes retain a little bit of short-term memory on, oh, on this world I haven't scanned the thing that looks like that, or haven't scanned the sodium or oxygen. You see, we're not gonna have any money for cool ships for a while. That's part of why we need the scanner mod. That we can make 60,000 scanning this fern instead of 500. Visions of the Gek. This our first stone? Hey, hey, hey! Voy, voy, voy! The stone resonates, producing a sound that fills my mind. A vision begins to take shape. Small alien life form kneels before me. They're tired, beaten. Without meeting my gaze, they offer up their hand. Accept the knowledge. Teach me! The name Gek floats in my vision, an echo of the strange vision I just experienced. A word in this alien tongue is seared into my brain. You have learned the Gek word for hi. Oh, we got a terrain manipulator now, which means I am going to start following these things like nobody's business. We're gonna get jumped by pirates when we try to get to the space station. We're gonna go up within this noob ship with a couple million credits worth of buried tech modules. Salvage tech. Yeah, I know we're supposed to be getting copper, but... And there's more buried tech over there. Switching sides. The movement modules will make us, allow us to sprint further. Eventually we'll get life support pack upgrades. Oh god, all that stuff. It is a little rough starting over. It's also kind of appealing and exciting. There's something fun about it. A tiny inventory, 24 slots. It was up to 48. And the cargo pack is gone. Don't have the cargo pack. The Gek word for docking. It sure does, man. It's yeah, it's almost peaceful right off the bat. I rather like it. They're simple tasks, nothing crazy. No fucking countdown on how many warp jumps I can make before you rip my world apart. No, this is good. This is good. Yeah, the beginning of the game makes so much sense now. What kind of plants? Star brambles, right? We're gonna go around this hill, this mountain. Sort of. I mean, the copper I was looking for was somewhere over there. It was past. I don't know. We'll find it. It's over there somewhere. Yeah, copper. Might actually be on the mountainside. I don't feel very mobile though. That hurts right now. I was getting used to being able to move so quickly up thing, and we're out of juice. Mountain climbing without a lot of jetpack power is not so fun, but we'll get there. Alright, so there's the tech, and where's the copper? Copper, that's different copper. There's a close... It is on the side. I don't really like where that copper's at, because it's a pain to run along the mountainside. You can't sprint. You see the red icon on the right, bottom right? Can't sprint because of where we are. And... in front of me? Yeah. Oh shit! Fuck! Come on. That's pretty steep. That's pretty steep. I thought we were going down this mountain. She'll be falling down the mountain when she falls. Come on. Need to stand here, please. About there. We'll stand in this little pocket. You can always build stairs. What? No, only noobs build stairs? I used to skate down the sides of mountains with Geralt. We do actually have a skip down the hill animation here, but I don't think it was kicking in there.
Technology recharge.
Look at the gun floating out there. How much? 65 copper, and the base computer requires chromatic metal, so we need 80 copper. Which means we don't have enough copper. Bummer. Okay. What else is on this planet? Subterranean relics. That's good. It's the relics, whatever their proper name is. That's where we also get cobalt from the tetracobalt. Curious deposits. Nice. This planet has good stuff. I want to go swim in the water too. Oh, hey, oh, oh God, ankles, ow, oh no, ow. Holy shit, that was steep. Ah. Doctor? Not much we can do with the star brambles yet. Don't really have room to store all that stuff. These curious deposits. Ah, advanced mining laser, right? Chloride lattice. Be some good starting cash if we could, but we can't. But we can't. Hey, does it still roll? Even though we can't break it down, they'll still roll away. Aha. Alright, let's go for a swim. Look at this nice orange grass. It's not really red, it's orange. Orange and blue is a nice contrast. Alright, let's see. See if we've got anything. We got something. Whoa! Look at that! Are those sharks? Well, they're pretty cool. Mate seeking, they eat rotting fruit, nitrogen-rich blood. Sweet. We've got some cool fish.
Technology recharge.
Alright, paraffinium, 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 paraffinium. Oh man. Copper. Duck, 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 goose. We could actually, we could fly around to find a spot for our base, first base. But we could also just be eyeballing what's around us. This is a nice looking planet. There's, I don't really want, unless we wanted to build on top of something like that, I don't really want a steep hill in the base area. You can go about 150 units from the base computer in every direction once you put down a base. So, for example, drop a waypoint up there. Can't we? 600. If we just take the base of that, that's like way far away. Build a base in the sky. Well, you can now. And eventually we can here, but our first base will not be in the sky. I like the trees. I mean, we could build by the waterside, top of a hill, in a valley.
Technology recharge.
We're also gonna need some. We're gonna have to recharge the terrain manipulator here pretty soon. Starting over. Man, I just had stacks of everything. Ah.
Technology recharge. Technology recharge.
You notice how that tree just disappeared. You gotta be careful with the terrain manipulator, especially around special POIs. Mineral types, this curious deposit might have applied to that. But if you accidentally manipulate the terrain underneath something, certain things, they will just disappear immediately and completely. I've seen entire POIs disappear because I manipulated the terrain under one bit of it, kind of by accident. enough. We got all the copper we needed. Create or deploy a refiner. Sure. Do it right here. We don't need to build a base right here. I'll deploy the refiner. We'll make our chromatic metal and poke around and gather some materials while it's going. Oh, jeez. Come on. No wonder it didn't work. Alright, I'm trying to type out a response and autocomplete didn't work. Because reasons.
Technology recharge.
Condensed carbon, we're not going to use much of it. It'll come back as regular carbon when we pull up the refiner. Sorry, wandering mind. Those rocks don't look so big that they would require an advanced mining laser. They are, but visually they don't look like it. They keep fooling me. Go for smaller pickings. Buki, good morning. Good morning, world. Solid 6 hours. No crazy dreams to report. Ain't life grand? When you can when you can see it that way, yeah. Greetings. We started over. How are you? The sleep was good. The day is good, but it sounds like perfect quote. This is the perfect quote. Bot knows. Bot gets it. Go get that tech module. But yeah, besides the sleep, I hope you're doing all right.
Technology recharge.
Hey, Caesar. What's happening? We got some nearby. We could fly around a little in the ship, assuming we have something in the launch thrusters, do we? Enough to take off once. I've gathered some uranium on the planet we started on. Oh yeah, all our milestones are reset. No more 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, blah, 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 blah. Starting over. You've learned the Gek word for Gek. Gekward for first. We're gonna get a lot of these. Beginner, learn 5 words. They will mock me. You're having the strange urge to restart the game because you don't like the way some of your base staff look. I won't fault you for that. I'm restarting the game because I didn't want to make a decision. I didn't want to, because of the purge, because I accidentally started the purge. And I didn't want to have to make that decision for months. I didn't want to roll back to a backup save because reasons. Besides, I'm enjoying restarting. This is the second planet we visited. Weather, light showers, and apart from the occasional resources, doesn't seem so bad in actuality. Minimal sentinels? So far, the weather's solid. We haven't even seen those light showers. What am I heading towards? We can go back to the ship, fly around, pick a spot, drop a base computer. Kind of like it to be daylight. Again, if we're gonna fly around and pick a spot. Daisy and the sausage. Hey, how you doing? Banbuki restarted about 4 times for reasons, but this playthrough is up to around 60 hours, so it's a lot to sacrifice. Yeah, I just dumped 120. Yeah, 124, according to the game. Seen better years. Guess we're supposed to keep plugging along though. Since we now know nothing, let's hit up all these artifacts. Maybe we'll loop around the mountainside again, get back to our ship, fly around, especially if daylight breaks again, and then find a spot, start a base. Get word for destroy, for friend. despair. Have you noticed we don't need any sodium on this world? Hazards. There's no environmental hazards here. We're good. And if we're walk, I don't even have to huff oxygen. And if we do start jetting around, all right, we're gonna end up huffing oxygen. But we already found a world with no environmental hazards. It's the second world in the first system. Pro tip, you can make base near some place that has free parking. Trust me, makes a big difference. We did last time. Yeah, that's a very good suggestion. We should do that again, because we won't be able to make a landing pad for a while. That is a very good suggestion. Thank you for the suggestion and reminder. Hey, what's number 2? I don't think we've seen what the 2s are. The 1s were alien data structures, the 3s were subterranean relics, and the 2s here are sentient plants, which means, what, albumin pearls? I don't like collecting those, but they're neat looking. I don't think so. I think you can. Build underground? Yeah. I don't know how far down you can go before you hit something akin to bedrock. Does anyone know? Has anyone tried? But if you go into a cave area, you generally cannot dig down from the bottom of the cave. But some of the caves are deeper than other caves. So I don't know if you can build in the natural caves or if you would have to hollow out your own area in the ground. So I cannot actually confirm. I strongly suspect you'd be able to do that. Look at this. This is a beautiful planet.
Technology recharge.
I like it. I want to move in the general direction of our ship, or any buried technology modules that I see whatsoever. I will just go there. You want to see how much they're worth? I know we've talked about it, but look at this stack. We've already got 750,000 worth of those, even though I have 19,000 units total. Yeah, we'll be a millionaire in no time. Then we'll need to buy a ship with that. I think I'll be going for a fighter first, after having now played enough to kind of know what I want in a ship. I won't be too picky, but I'll want to get a fighter. We'll probably start with the small fighter and not worry about how much storage it has. And as for a freighter, yeah, the Starship Chaos SC-1. The Super Star Destroyer is stuck over in our last save. So when we start rescuing freighters, we might pass up a few freebies until we find something suitable for the SC-2. Von Buki, you can build anywhere, but some stuff, new cheap wood stuff, gets spawned over by terrain. Ah, so if you're going to use it, use metal rooms. Did you catch that, Woo? That's... or the wonderful cuboid rooms. I had the blueprints on the other save, but I didn't make any of them. Are they really tiny? When you say wonderful, is your kappa missing, or are they wonderful? They're the best building blocks. Please do tell more. What makes them the best building blocks? Alien data structures, ancient data structures, same thing. We have more nav data than I would know what to do with, but that nav data should help us find a landing spot that we could build. That's right. I was already spacing on what you reminded me of. Where should we build our base? Well, either next to a landing pad or on top of that hill right there. What do you think? That is neat. It's just to have some terrain like that on a planet to look at. I mean, that hill is worthy of a name, even if you can't name it in game. What I'm really hoping for is that we get all these ancient data structures, and somewhere in there we get drop pod data. We can't make antimatter yet, but I will hold on to the drop pod data until we can. Drop pod coordinate data! Yes! Bring it. You can make any, okay, best building blocks. You can make any shaped room out of them. My inventory's full. Sodium, marrow bulb. We really don't need the marrow bulbs. And we don't need 2 stacks of sodium. Just hazard protection's already charged. Okay, for now we'll drop the sodium. It's not that we need the rest of the nav data, but I gotta grab them if we're gonna maybe get any more drop pod data. No. Gotta get back to the ship, drop some stuff off at the ship. Get up to a space station and sell this stuff. Put out the signal booster right now and just see what's nearby. Hey, outsider, what's happening? Cheers. No point in doing the drop pod data. We can't open it up yet. Nearby structures, may as well check before we put in any data. Although we have an absurd amount of data. Observatory detected. And observatories do have landing sites usually. Our first base was next to an observatory before. Yeah, let's head that way, check it out. Where's our ship? Ship's back there though. Alright, let's grab these words and then head back to the ship and then to the observatory. An observatory is kind of nice and mellow. I mean, you could be next to a trade outpost, I suppose. Does it let you build a base near a trade outpost, or is that kind of off limits? I wouldn't be surprised if they did not let you put your base to include a trade outpost. Observatory has a pole you can call ship. And it should have a landing site so that we don't use resources landing taking off. Daisy, you can build near a trade post. Kinda neat. I was finally able to make trade terminals in the other save. You were gonna go to and lost the damn trade post. You couldn't find it again. Yeah, I've lost so many things learning to navigate in this game. Yeah, these first few stacks of buried tech we're going to use for money to buy another ship. We'll worry about blueprints later. Better hope we don't run into pirates. Hey, anybody else notice that we haven't seen any of the other 8 species on this planet? I guess 7 now. We found a cool-looking fish, a bird, and flying squids. But 7 more species, and we haven't caught a glimpse of them. That is fauna rich, but ancient data structures. I told you, after I saw that the first time, I got kind of excited because this planet is bound to have... That's a type of POI on this planet, which means tons of nav data and farmable drop pod data. We're going to have an easier time building up our inventory once we can make antimatter. Thanks to this planet. Thanks to this being one of our starting worlds. It's very cool. Very excited. I probably should not go all the way to the ancient data structures, though, because I don't have any more room. I don't have any more room. We gotta get back to the ship. Get back to the ship. And when we first get to a space station and we have the option of buying some inventory space, exosuit upgrades, the first couple cargo slots, do they actually cost any more? I know eventually they do, but the first couple, are they around 100k, just like the general slots? Because we could buy a couple cargo slots before they get expensive and before we can make antimatter to get them through drop pods. And those cargo slots can hold bigger stacks of resources, might be more valuable for managing inventory early on. Two stacks of 15, so that's 1.5 mil we're sitting on right there. We already have a third stack going. Why not? Why not? So this is not getting us closer to the ship. I realize that. It's kind of tricky. Where's the ship anyways? Over there? Good. We don't have to climb the mountain.
Life support power low.
Picky, picky, picky.
Recharge.
Oh, where are all the animals at? I can hear them, or unless those are the birds. This could be the birds. No mammals, no reptiles. I think you bought about 4 cargo slots before it became cheaper to do drop pods, but then finished the last few slots buying them because money wasn't an issue at that point. Makes sense. I was so close. The other save, we had like 45 cargo slots. Yeah, there's a neat island. Not an island. Almost an island. Lander 6. Really? Yeah, that sounds like mammals, though. Yeah! I knew I was hearing some land-based creatures. Maybe not mammals, but
Units received.
knew when I heard that noise. Sweepioprium. Sweepioprium. They are, come on. Perpetual age. Skittish, eat mordite roots. Dislikes bright colors. Well, you're on the wrong planet. Dislikes bright colors. Our stack 9. Yeah, let's grab that and then hit the ship. $2 million units worth of salvage tech. Although if we built the blueprint analyzer, we'd be able to get a lot of blueprints right off the bat. You see how easy these modules are to come by. They're on basically every world. Plentiful. They're both a great money maker. And getting blueprints is not such a big deal. Free stack. Hey, this is beautiful. This is a beautiful world. If I can find the marker, heading for that observatory is probably a good idea. The marker may be too far away now. Still be somewhere. They didn't tag it before. That could be it. Observatory.
Inventory full.
I had top rank with the Vy'keen and the Korvax, and I was a few rep points away from top rank Trade Lord with the Gek. All that gone. Gone. Now, launch thrusters, starship fuel. If we were making starship fuel, actually take dihydrogen. So we can make launch fuel even without. I got so used to using uranium, it never really stopped to think that we could make launch fuel with dihydrogen. Yeah, I don't know. Good question. Ooh, will I finish it to see what happens? Well, I read what happens, and I look forward to experiencing that one day, months from now. Sort of the problem is, well, I'm sure I will. I'd like to see it happen. The flavor text, the specifics, but the fundamental mechanics are something that I'm also intrigued by. I want to take part in eventually, and I have no desire to rush it. That was kind of the whole point. getting there and seeing how it actually plays out is what I don't want to do yet. I don't want to do yet. He's so far from ready to do that. And I don't want it hanging over my head.
Insert inventory. Product constructed. Product constructed.
Alright, we'll save. We'll use it after we take off.
Technology recharge.
Space station up in the sky. Yeah, I even know what choice I want to make. Landing pad. We'll scope this out a bit and maybe wait for daylight and decide if this is where we want to drop our base or if we want to find another existing landing pad. Nice and flat though. Water nearby. Not that water nearby really means anything other than visual. Destroy, control, or synthesis. Know me. Creature of habit. Synthesis. The horizon has some spiky hills. One, there's another past the trees here. Another over there. And the actual spot itself is kind of flat, valley-like. It's actually a good spot for a base. A lot of room to build. No messing around with weird terrain. Yeah, it's pretty suitable. So let's see, marker-wise, the marker on this spot. Let me just put down a custom marker here. Let's say we dropped our base computer like right next to this thing. Our base would extend out about 150 units. How far out we could build. So we could build about this far out in this direction. Where the flat slopes off and if we do claim this spot, the best spot is next to a science outpost because it comes with a landing pad and a trade terminal. That makes sense. Landing pad and a trade terminal. And a trade terminal. So what else would be like that? A small settlement? Small settlement would have a landing pad and a trade terminal. Let's do it. I'm not in a rush. Let's find one. This is a great spot, and we can find another great spot. Alright, let's go into the observatory, too. There are never trade terminals at observatories, ever, right? Infinite number of great spots. Yep. It's okay. Well, what do you think? There's not a lot of possibilities here. Discover a location within the distant stars. Planets did this system have anyways? Been to 2. It has 3. Economy was adequate. I never did glance at that. Adequate is adequate. Conflict level destructive. Is that just basically warlike? means pirates are gonna come when we go for the space station. Pirates are coming for our ass. Rend, despair, Gek something something something. Nice eyes. The air around the beaked lifeform smells foul. It seeps into my exosuit and makes me gag. Noticing my expression, the trader pecks at an element they carry. They break the substance into pieces, then swallow each whole. There's a deep gurgle, and the Gek emits a gas packet that smells delightful. The creature wipes their empty hands and beams at me with pleasure. And thank with... Catalyst? You know what he wants? Metal, organic, or catalyst? I don't know which is preferred, and you know, we give him the wrong thing, he'll just be slightly offended and maybe not hook us up with anything. Catalyst? A brief thank you. They pay for my contribution, but would perhaps have preferred something else. You're welcome to chip in info too if you... Oh, that Gek wants. I'm sure that Gek wants. Blah, blah, blah. Metal. Yeah, you could say. Tips are fine and welcome. We may have restarted, but I accidentally almost finished. Yeah, we got 130 hours in here now, roughly, so. All right. Habitable outposts. Transmission tower detected. Because of the way the waypoint system works, probably better if we travel to that waypoint before pinging another one, isn't it? Because it gets wonky when you try and use too much data at once, get too many active waypoints of certain types. Doesn't it kind of bugger out? Can we have a custom marker and a tag on something else? No. God, that's kind of frustrating. What direction are we going to be flying? We're going to be going east. And the compass doesn't have east-west markers, only north-south. That's, I guess, with the poles on the planets, maybe that's easier. An infinite number of good spots, like you said. Great spots. And it is hard to put any one of them down. It is only 30 seconds in this direction. Past the water. There's more water. There's a lot of water on this planet. A lot of land, a lot of water. Beautiful world. Don't try and build. Hey Daisy, Wu was asking about that earlier, and that was not the response we collectively gave him. You say, just don't try and build underground. Care to elaborate? Some of what... Like, it'll... the terrain will regenerate over the wood stuff, but not prefab. Prefab stuff might be okay building underground. That was sort of the conclusion. I haven't tried it, so I wasn't saying I knew what I was talking about. We were just discussing it. If you have anything to add, besides, oh god, that doesn't sound good. All good. Deal with the kiddo. Hello to the kiddo. menu encampment. Times 2 times 3 times 4 times 5 times 6, right? Distress signal coordinates discovered. Hey, Akash. Here's. Distant. Look at that face. Friend, gak something, friend, language. Lifeform's eyes widen in surprise when I go to talk to it. They lean back and watch for sudden movements. They have very clearly never seen anything quite like me before. I mime that I cannot speak their language and, increasingly reassured, the beaked trader indicates they're willing to help in exchange for particular elements. Well, the last Gek didn't like our sodium. I don't have any ferrite dust enough on me, so you can have carbon. Do you want the carbon? Apparently you wanted the carbon. Couldn't you get your own carbon? It's plentiful. The grateful trader clicks their beak with delight. My offering is clearly what it most desired. They teach much of the dialect of their people. Trader, pressure. Choose. So the... Did it mark something on-world or off-world? Distress beacon. That may very well be a crashed ship. We should go take a look. You know what I did last time? I salvaged a bunch of ships, and then I was all frustrated that we had a bunch of junkers in our slots. Well, I understand the mechanic now. And if I choose to salvage a ship, it will be understanding that we probably won't fix it all up. And it depends on what we find, so let's see what we find. We are making our first base on this world, though. I really like it. And look at these little lagoons it's got, and how cool is this planet? Just wish we could spot more of the life that it surely has. It said 10 creatures, we found 3. Has a thick atmosphere. Gotta climb. You only salvage ships that are worth a ton and then swap them. Well, exactly. If we find even a B class would have a value of more than $1 million, even if we don't fix it up. We could salvage it, just the basics. The possibility exists that we could swap it for a better one. That's what I ended up doing with all the junkers I got before, but when I got them, I didn't know what was happening, and I got really weirded out about not being able to buy something nice outright when I saw it. You're going for 30 mil? If you're gonna bother. You won't bother with a salvage ship unless it's worth... Have you seen one worth that much? I have not. The best I saw were B classes. Is this a manufacturing facility? I don't even have the bolt caster made yet. Probably not breaking into the manufacturing facility yet. Carbon nanotubes and chromatic metal. We could make the bolt caster though and bust into the manufacturing facility. The big haulers. Yeah, if you found a large hauler, that would have some that would be awesome. Even if it was scrap to hell. That would be awesome. Worth a ton. You would use the that's right, Von Buki, I keep not thinking about using the ship. You're right. You're right. It's just easier, except for how annoying it is to line up a moving ship with the door when you can't just straight hover. But yeah. Like there's a ship there. Or is there? Maybe there's is there a small fighter? Is there a small fighter over there with a ring back? No, can't be. Just scrap. Damn. I almost thought that was the back end of a small fighter. Distress beacon. Scenario transferred, deleted, probable boundary separation failure. Agnostic, no connection. Waiting fresh iteration. Containment prepared. Maybe you guys could share some thoughts on this. When we broadcast, doesn't it always say anomaly is compliant? What if we don't? I think the very first time I encountered one of these, I said leave and it did something else. What happens if we don't? Traveler anomaly detected. Position log, system integrity scan initialized. Anomaly is mobile. Huh. Yeah, something about choosing not to broadcast is a different interaction. This is a pure ferrite. I want to open that up. We need nanites really badly right now. Even if we upgrade all our discoveries, we're just... I feel naked without my scanner mods, and we haven't even been to a space station yet. It's all good, but...
Technology recharge.
I want all the nanites we can muster.
Inventory full.
Shit. Alright, it's all good. I forgot to dump some of this stuff in the ship. Daisy, you're not sure if the terrain regens on prefab. You'd have to go back and look at the VOD of the stream you were watching. The guy's entire lower base was filled with snow and rocks. That's rough. Oops, out of range. I don't need this little hydrogen stack for now. I do need to pick up my jewel. Unknown building. That's where the ship is, so it's not the manufacturing facility. I gotta go drop this stuff in the ship. I don't have any inventory room. I gotta go drop this in the ship. His was definitely not wood. His base was not wood. Okay, noted. That tagged. Ship. Should also take a break soon. Blizzard needs some crickets. Good hunting. Vale of Uke. I like the names things have been given on this world so far. If you remove the terrain first, it will respawn. Yeah, I don't know much about the rules. I know that the very first bit of terrain I created, which was not much, it was just a makeshift stair. Should have gone first person. Here I will when we come back around. Use prefab rooms to remove terrain. It won't. Daisy was heading out, but when Daisy gets back, it might be good to continue that discussion. Come on, door. Yeah, we don't have to make another pass.
Smoke weed every day.
Yep. Restarted, man. Restarted. Letting go of the 125 hours I had in the other save. I had no intention of triggering the purge. It was going to be roll back 30 plus hours or go forward and make the decision at the end of the purge, which I didn't want to make for months. Screw that noise. Starting over. Why? Because I'm a basket case. We can come back to it. I've already tried to. Cause reasons. I'm not okay with making that choice. I want to go to Eisman in like months. I don't want to go to Eisman tomorrow. Okay? And the decision was going to be coming up in the next 48 hours of playing on stream, and we were gonna have to either leave Euclid or not, and not have the decision ever. And then the only other way we were ever gonna get to Eisman was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and screw that noise. I was happy to make that decision. I had to look it up and find out exactly what all was going down, and I would have been happy to make that decision a few months from now, and I really didn't want it forced on me. And there's this dark fucking cloud hanging over that playthrough because we had 14 warp jumps left until that decision that I didn't want to be making for months was going to be thrust on us. So something deep within the complex is malfunctioning. Surfaces feel hot to the touch. Hidden machinery clanks and whirs. A bead of sweat rolls down my forehead. Is it high pressure, high temperature? Gauge the coolant chamber. Well, if it's high temperature, then we want a coolant chamber. Let's go with that. Danger indicators plummet. Facility springs into life. Hey, Bob. What's up? Yeah, Kaj, without spoiling, what should you not do to avoid having... You don't have to start over. It's, that's me being a basket case that forced this situation. However, the answer to your question is... don't go too far in the Artemis quest line, because that is the quest line that eventually leads to a sort of endgame scenario. It's the Artemis quest line. Just watch that. I pushed way too far in the Artemis quest line, and I didn't realize it was going to lock us into a sort of endgame scenario. Good to see you, Bob. And thank you. Yeah, I know I'm a basket case, so thank you for giving me elbow room for that. The thing you gotta craft, the Mind Arc. Yeah, so without spoiling, I lost track of time. I played so much of this game. I played it on stream, off stream, morning, noon, and night. Have been just loving it, and it was devastating to me to lose that ultimate freedom of no. I had no obligations in this game. We had no countdown timers. We had no anything. It was just do whatever you want. And then suddenly the game was like, oh, but you're going to have to make a really important decision soon that's going to change everything potentially. I didn't like that. But the conversation, yeah, Von Buki, some of the conversations in that quest line are pure head fuckery. They're great. And the mind arc is when it really starts to go there. So you could probably get away with making the mind arc and going a little further without getting stuck near the whole end game stuff. But I don't know how to clarify. It's not that far after you make the mind arc that you get some of the real head fuckery that then locks in some of the lore unfolding via the story. Where are we going? Where are we going? We got in this manufacturing facility. I had transmission tower, something marked. Hopefully it's still marked. Yeah, you're welcome. I hope it's a good tip. I hope it's a helpful tip. So I thought I had tagged a building that we saw when we had wandered out a ways. But I think that tag... See, the waypoint system in this game really does frustrate me, but I'm much more mellow with it now. It drove me crazy those first few days when I couldn't make sense of it. We had something tagged. It's no longer tagged. I'm just going to forget about it. I can't even remember what it was, and it doesn't matter. There's infinite good stuff. So let's find something else. We have tons of nav data. Looking for habitable structures. We want to try and find a trade outpost, a minor settlement, or what did you say, a science outpost? Because one of those would be a great place to start a base. If they had a trade terminal, it'd be a great place for our first base. Trading post detected. Trading posts are big. We'll have to decide if we really want the trading post in our base, but now we've got an option with the trade terminal. Yeah, Chronic. I won't have to have 3 whole streams just to figure out how to play. Von Buki, think that may be a good idea. Plus, there's an annoying bit post Mind Arc where every time you scan while on a ship, you get a transmission you don't want to answer. Yes! Yes, that! What Von Buki just said was making me nuts. Yeah, that quest line reaches a point where the left stick you click to scan in space also triggers an incoming transmission that you don't want to answer. We even had part of that quest loop on us last time. And it was around the Mind Arc. It was at the Mind Arc stage that it looped. Ugh, yeah. Yeah, we're not going there this time. Like, eventually. We probably won't even engage the Artemis quest line until, or maybe we'll go up to the Mind Arc and not make it, I don't know. No, that's when it got wonky. Hey, what are... That's just a couple shacks. How do we determine what this is from up here? Specifically, like, is it in a... What type of... Just land. I guess we'll land. Trade outpost is... We're gonna have to fly. This is considered a... Is there no primary marker on this POI? Looks like an observatory. That's kind of what I was wondering. If you could tell from looking at it. Has a giant disc on top, so observatory. Thank you. Yeah, you guys got it. You guys got it. That'll help. I don't know why I hit those shield nodes. We're never in need of shields when we hit those shield nodes. They're there, so I hit them. Wraps the first number around to the end, 3918. Standing with the GAC has increased. And did it just illuminate the trade outpost we had already found? Because, gee, thanks for that. Well, yeah, I'd like to, Chronic. I wanted to last time, but that was one of the problems. If we delved further into base building with the purge countdown going, that's one of the reasons we had to restart, because it suddenly became fucking pointless to do any base building. Unless we were gonna blow off the opportunity to... Yeah, anyways. That was part of the problem, was that I wanted to do more base building. We come in on the trade outpost. Let's see if we're building a base here. Potentially building a base by this trade outpost. Have one cool hill horizon. Bulls, it's next to a lake. How about this? I want that pad. I want that pad. Let me have that pad. Now, remember, 150 units, it's quite a distance, but if we build our base around a trade outpost, 150 is not that big, because it's going to fill a lot of it. But yeah, this might not be a bad spot for a base. Now, my first upgrade ship before was something like this. It was a shuttle. I'm not jumping on the very first ship, but floating claws, a tiny little shuttle. Yeah, I think I want to upgrade to a fighter, though. 16 plus 2. What's the max tech slots you get in a small fighter? Is it 4 or 5? 4 or 5. What do we have right now? Fighter, isn't it? 4 tech slots. Base shall be named One Good Hill. I like it. One Good Hill. That's a good name. That is one good name. Small, you're pretty sure is 4. An S. Yeah, if only we had 18 million. Look at that. There's a large or a medium fighter right there. Fucking medium fighter S class. When we had 18 mil. And there's an A, explorer, a sea hauler. Seriously? Let's see what's the design? I don't really like this cockpit design. That's probably my least favorite fighter cockpit. It's too bulky. It looks like a space shuttle cockpit, not a fighter cockpit. Yeah, you see, we're gonna see a lot of those. The Burning Yabund. Gonna be a whole bunch of them. And the S costs 18 mil, 6.8 for a B. Well, let's sell our goods. See what kind of money we have to start with. I'm not going to turn in anything for blueprints yet. We'll do blueprints later. Salvage tech. The rest is in the ship. Wondering, where's the rest of our salvage tech? 1.5 mil sitting in the ship. The nav data, we got too much nav data. Okay, so we have 2 mil to work with. Not gonna get us a whole lot of ship. But we'll hang out here for a few minutes, and we're gonna be making our base. So you know what? We're gonna be hanging out here a lot. You've always been a fan of the Eyeball Explorer ship. Chronic, you like the haulers, remind you of Serenity. That's why you like them. That makes sense. Come on. Come on. Stop with your... I want to see what the ship is. You're not... I could clear it. Hold to skip. Just... No! It was an affordable fighter. It was also only at 2 tech slots. Alright, I gotta take my eyes off the ships long enough to pick a spot to put the base computer down. How much trade value do we have on our ship? I'm probably only 500k. We don't have a lot of buying power. About 2.5 million is our total buying power. We need some crappier ships to land. That that B shuttle that was here when we first got here was 2 point something. I didn't have the money in hand, and I could have probably got it to stick around. That might be what I'm looking for now. Something with some more space. Shuttle that's worth a couple mil. We'll get a fighter later. Kind of what we did last time. So we want to think about where, in relation to the trade outpost, we want to actually build some stuff. Decide if the base computer is going to be on this side or that side or where. I'm guessing we can't put the base computer on the trade outpost itself. You can? We could drop it on the trade outpost. Will it really let us claim the spot? So 5.8, we can't afford it. Or, it was affordable, but not necessarily what we want. Uh-oh. My jetpack can barely get me up from one platform to another. That's affordable. Not great, but it's a shuttle with strange design. Besides, it looks kind of like the from the ships in the Matrix. The pads that the hovercrafts had in the Matrix. Yes, 23. Stay! Stay! Please stay. Hold on. Hold on. Don't go anywhere, please. Shuttle, stay. Shuttle, stay. Please stay, shuttle. Shuttle, stay, 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 stay. Don't you go anywhere. Did that say 2 mil? Alright, the pilot clucks excitedly. Me too. Let's see. I want to see your ship. It's not the coolest looking ship, but it's an S-class shuttle. It has 6 slots, tech slots. Can we afford it? 2.1. Oh, we can just afford it! This is our starter ship. We're doing this. This is perfect for our starter ship. Okay? It was made for us. What were the odds we were getting an S-class anything? I'd be able to afford an S-class anything and see one land right here. It has efficient thrusters in it already. This is good. And look at how close we are to not being able to afford it. We have 2.168, and this is 2.140 mil. Sold. This is a funny looking shuttle. Dismantle the rockets. Ah, thank you. Thank you, missed it. Good call. That was a good call. All good though. All good though. I'm excited. We got ourselves a ship. We had to do a trade. We had to take every scrap we had, but now we got a ship with plenty of room. And soon yeah, I can't wait. We can get phase beam in here and some upgrades and very good first ship. What do I want to stash in the ship just to get it out of the way? We still can't make antimatter, so stash the drop pod data. Okay, so there's space to build out behind the base. That looks like a nice area to build out here. Looking out at the water. What about the One Good Hill? Where are we actually going to see the hill from? If we build back here, alright, we won't necessarily have a view of the hill from there, but about this side. It's not flat, but we could level it out or use foundation bits and build out on that side. It's also really flat right there. You know what? This open space is probably the best place for base components, prefabs. I don't know. What are we gonna need? Lakeside, close to the jump-up point, close to a cave entrance for Cobalt. That's another thing. If you grab the outpost, you'll have those pads along with the 9 landing pads. You can build yourself some more ships. Yeah, it'll get a little crazy, won't it? Next to a jump-up point. Well, we can put. It looked like we could put the base computer on the trade outpost itself. That's weird. I don't know why it would let us do that. And that One Good Hill, we actually down here. You can barely see it. It's fine. I'm just thinking about where we want to build. About this platform. Might be worth putting something up on top of that, especially if it's in range. 89. I know we could use the terrain manipulator, but I just want to see if my jetpack will get me up there. Come on, you can do it. No! It's about 150. You said a pretty wide area, so we are 104 from the trading outpost on this cool little hill here. Yeah, we can even build out this far from the trade post. All right, let's drop a base computer. Should I try to put it up on the trade outpost? And I think there is a cave right over there. Let's run around this hill here. I think there was a cave entrance. Did you see another cave?
Technology recharge.
Yes, no? No, not a cave. That's what I saw, not a cave entrance. You can always make a second base next to the first one to extend the radius. Yes, you sure could. Where are all the creatures on this planet? Subterranean relic. Oh, there may not be such an obvious cave entrance, but if there's a subterranean relic, there probably is a cave right here. Cause you're so nice like that, Goodwin. What kind of a greeting is that? Hi. Like the very first time I ever co-opted with anyone on stream was was in Bloodborne. I think it was Pone. He asked for help, and we had faction misalignments, and he came into my game and backstabbed me and killed me after asking for help. This is my very first on-stream co-op. Well, Chronic, I'm sure I won't be able to visualize your plan, but what, yeah, but what are you thinking? See if it'll let me put the base computer right up here, because why not? drop it in the middle. Holy colony. Archives. No prior claims. Lame base. Haha. Boom. It will let you, why not? It means when you port to the surface from the station, you will theoretically land on the platform. Or we will land right here and fall every time. Guess we'll see. Does it not matter where our teleporter is? Is it more about where the base computer is? Holy shit, we already found an S-Class. That's really cool. We found a nice little S-Class shuttle to get started with. Accessing log from previous user. Entry 4925D follows. Oh yeah, you land. I remember that now because I was always yes. Like, thank you. I can picture that now. We're gonna break in 2 minutes or 5 or 2 hours, but probably 2 minutes. Storms sweeping across, but construction supplies low. Depositing shelter plans while need to back soon. Or infrastructure parts received. 5 items learned. Construct a shelter from the hazards. Well, we've already got one, but okay. We'll build a little shack right under here, and then we'll replace it soon enough. Chronic. There you are. While you're looking at those 2 crater areas next to the trade post, you're thinking building 2 parts of the base in the craters, with the trade post is kind of like a hub area in between. When we get back up, I'll try to eyeball the craters you're talking about. Equipment, basic components, wooden components. Wood floor. What happens when we get near the trade outpost? Okay, it basically ignores it, although I can't build over it. Damn, can't quite fit 3. I'm just building a shack for now. I just want something. Actually make it smaller so we can... Hey, it's our first storm on this planet, and it says superheated. So this nearly pristine weather planet does actually have dangerous, occasionally dangerous storms. It's good to know. It's good to know. I'm okay with that. It gives us something, a reason to build nice glass shelters, and we can hang out on our kick-ass planet in the middle of a storm and watch it storm. Come on. Come on. We're gonna need to collect some carbon to finish this shack. And, okay. Good thing we have the trade outpost here. Okay. Will it let me shoot from here? If I can shoot from here, we can collect carbon. Come on. There you are. So how hot was this? Let's see, 115. was a short storm, too. We got up to about 115. What happens if you start shooting a ship? Get in trouble. Make 2 doors, because I want to. Oh, come on. No, come on. Stop being... Ah, thank you. Yeah, the roof and the floor panels. I kind of want to make this 2 stories as soon as possible and then just make a prefab instead. I'm going 1 story for now. I want to get credit for having our little... having some atmospheric protection. And we can also use this as a stepping stone. Storm length is in weather description, so puddles is short, monsoon is longest. That's awesome. I didn't get that. Hold on. So when this says showers, that's relatively short. Puddles would be even shorter. Showers, relatively short. Thank you. That's a good piece of the puzzle. For a 14-year-old lizard, she sure is a feisty. Daisy, we got our first base computer on a trade outpost, and yeah, we got an S-class shuttle. And we spent almost every penny we had and traded our starter ship. Had 28K to spare after selling all those tech modules. We have an S-class shuttle. All right, yeah, it's a start. Construction largely a success. Recovered salvage technology from nearby. Plans logged. Scans indicate additional subterranean devices. Beginning search. Yeah, did you miss that, Daisy? Yeah. When you came in, I said yes. It only means letting go of 125 hours in the other save, that's all. Whoever recorded these logs evidently had some success. Access to their plans. Blueprint analyzer. See, we have 150 units to build from this direction. Alright, Chronic, are you still there? Let's see. Craters. There's a crater. I wonder how far that crater is from our... that might be a little far out. And another crater. Another crater. 2 craters. Eventually... do build stuff out here, really build stuff out here. There's a lot of good spots, potentially. Even the top of that hill might be in range. Find out. See how far we can go this way. .105. We're not really going to be able to go far. Once we get to the top of this hill, we'll be at about the boundary. 147. So yeah, this is about as far as we can go in this direction. picture drawing a circle if we're on the edge of a circle. See our little shack down there under the trade outpost. But all that flat area protected by the trade outpost, that's good spots for building. And there's our One Good Hill. We're going to call this base One Good Hill. I do like this fighter style. I mean, it's, you know, it's pretty simple fighter style, that big ass engine, but just having a trade outpost above us where we're likely to eventually see an S-class of that fighter land. We'll probably end up with one. Saw it when I claimed the base. It may have been that mound over there that you saw in the overhead. One Good Hill. And the crater, how far that crater is, I'll bet you it's past. Oh, crunch! Bet you the rim of the crater is about 150. A little further. So that is a very cool crater. But it is 172 out. So yeah, we've really got, if you think about how big a trade outpost is, we pretty much have the area that's carved out for the trade outpost. Just to about here. 120, all right, a little further. These are about the boundaries. Maybe out. By the good word. Reward! 165. So yeah, that's about the edge here. Even still, that mound would be a solid spot for an exocraft pads, and the other next to the water would be a nice spot for an agriculture area. Exocraft, were you saying that mound? Like we'd spawn the exocraft and then just kind of jump off? The other next to the water, over this way for agriculture. I realize we're not really doing anything now besides scouting the spot, and we've already claimed it. But this is good. I told you the break was either going to be in 2 minutes, 5 minutes, or 2 hours. It might just be somewhere in the middle. Yeah, we are at 137. So let's see how far out we can go in this direction. And I'm not sure if 150 is firm or if it's just a ballpark. That's what I've been working with. So we can build out about this far. It's too bad we can't build out in all this area, but it's okay. It's okay. We got a lot of space to work with. We go for a swim, see if there's anything else in the water. I can't believe we haven't found more legged animals. 2 flying and 1 on land. That's all we found of the 10 this planet has. Could be life in caves. There could be more aquatic life. It's too shallow. It's too shallow. We're running here. Chronic, if it's firm, you could build 2 base camps. On the opposite ends, the outpost would cover the whole area. It would beg the question, I wonder if you have 2 separate base areas like that in close proximity to each other, could you connect them? Like, could you put a... I bet not. Somehow, I bet it would not let you put a link up the structures from one designated base area to another. But maybe if you had it in just the right place, who knows?
Technology recharge.
Right, blueprint analyzer, mag ferrite, refine all that. All right, we gotta go get ferrite. I need to take a break. Let's guess we'll go stand in our shack here. I'm gonna take 10, and then we'll go another couple hours. We've been going almost 3. I'm overdue. Local Trade Center Exchange E33 Y27. I like this spot. You all in a few. Stay tuned.